Today our topic is what the Stoics thought about love and relationships. The Stoics were ancient philosophers who believed in living a life of virtue, wisdom, and self-control. They taught that emotions like anger, fear, and even love could disturb our peace if we let them control us. But this doesn't mean the Stoics rejected love or relationships. In fact, they had deep thoughts about how to love wisely and build strong connections with others while staying true to their principles. Let's explore what they believed and how their ideas can help us in our own lives. First, the Stoics believed that love is natural and good. They saw love as a part of being human. We are social creatures, and forming bonds with others is important for our happiness. However, they warned against letting love become an obsession or something that causes us pain. For the Stoics, the key was to love with wisdom and balance. They thought that love should be based on virtue, which means loving someone for their good character, not just for how they make us feel or what they can give us. This kind of love is stable and lasting because it's rooted in respect and admiration, not just fleeting emotions. In relationships, the Stoics emphasized the importance of self-control. They believed that we should not let our emotions take over our decisions. For example, if you love someone, you should not let that love make you act foolishly or lose sight of your own values. The Stoics taught that true love is not about clinging to someone or being dependent on them for your happiness. Instead, it's about appreciating the person while staying true to yourself. This means accepting that relationships can change or even end, and being prepared to handle that with grace. The Stoics called this the practice of Amor fati, which means loving your fate, even if it includes loss or heartbreak. Another important idea from the Stoics is that we should focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. In relationships, this means understanding that we cannot control how others feel or act. We can only control our own thoughts, actions, and reactions. For example, you can't make someone love you or stay with you, but you can choose to be kind, honest, and respectful in your own behavior. This mindset helps us avoid unnecessary suffering. Instead of worrying about things outside our control, we can focus on being the best version of ourselves and creating healthy, meaningful connections. The Stoics also believed in the power of gratitude. They taught that we should appreciate the people in our lives while we have them, rather than taking them for granted or constantly worrying about losing them. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means recognizing the good in our relationships and being thankful for it, even while working to improve what needs to be fixed. Gratitude helps us stay positive and grounded, even when challenges arise. When it comes to dealing with conflict or disappointment in relationships, the Stoics had practical advice. They believed in staying calm and rational, even when emotions run high. Instead of reacting with anger or blame, they suggested taking a step back to think about the situation. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my values? By focusing on solutions rather than problems, we can handle difficulties with maturity and wisdom. The Stoics also reminded us that everyone makes mistakes, including ourselves. Instead of holding grudges, we should practice forgiveness and understanding. The Stoics had a unique perspective on attachment. They believed that while it's natural to care deeply for others, we should avoid becoming too attached. This doesn't mean being cold or distant. It means recognizing that everything in life is temporary, including relationships. People come and go, and circumstances change. By accepting this truth, we can love more freely and fully without fear of loss. The Stoics taught that real freedom comes from within, not from external things or people. When we stop relying on others for our happiness, we become stronger and more resilient. In romantic relationships, the Stoics encouraged us to choose partners who share our values and help us grow as individuals. They believed that a good relationship should inspire both people to become better versions of themselves. This means supporting each other's goals, encouraging each other to live with integrity, and helping each other through challenges. The Stoics also warned against relationships based on superficial things like looks, wealth, or status. These things can fade over time, but a strong foundation of mutual respect and shared values will last. For the Stoics, friendship was just as important as romantic love. They saw friendship as a bond between people who genuinely care about each other's well-being and strive to live virtuously together. A true friend, according to the Stoics, is someone who encourages you to be your best self and stands by you in good times and bad. Friendship is not about using each other for personal gain, but about mutual support and growth. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote that friendship always benefits, love sometimes injures. This means that while love can sometimes lead to pain or complications, a good friendship is always a source of strength and positivity. The Stoics also had advice for dealing with loneliness or the absence of love. They believed that we should not rely on others to feel complete. Instead, we should cultivate a sense of inner peace and self-sufficiency. This doesn't mean isolating ourselves or avoiding relationships. It means finding fulfillment within ourselves so we can approach love and relationships from a place of strength, not neediness. When we are content with who we are, we can form healthier, more balanced connections with others. Finally, the Stoics taught that love and relationships are opportunities to practice virtue. Every interaction with others is a chance to show kindness, patience, honesty, and compassion. Even when relationships are difficult, we can use them as a way to grow and improve ourselves. The Stoics believe that the purpose of life is to live in harmony with nature and to develop our character. Love and relationships are part of this journey. They challenge us, teach us, and help us become more virtuous. In conclusion, the Stoics had a thoughtful and balanced view of love and relationships. They believed in loving wisely, with self-control and gratitude. They reminded us to focus on what we can control, to appreciate the people in our lives, and to handle challenges with calm and rationality. They encouraged us to build relationships based on shared values and mutual respect, and to find inner peace so we can love from a place of strength. While their ideas were formed thousands of years ago, they are still relevant today. By applying Stoic principles to our own lives, we can create healthier, more fulfilling relationships and live with greater wisdom and resilience.